Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Jordan, and welcome to JC's. I'm gonna go check it out.
Hey, hey!
Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 2 has probably been my favorite anime of this past spring anime season. It has really good characters, it has great comedy, and all around it's just a really good show, and I really liked a lot of stuff about it. So we're going to go ahead and start talking about everything I liked about it, and we're going to talk about the plot for this season. Now, if you haven't seen the first season, and you watch this video, you're probably going to miss a couple of things. It's not really that spoilery, I would say. You could probably watch this without seeing the first season, but you're gonna miss a couple things. Some of it's not gonna make sense, and it might ruin it for you a little bit, might spoil it a little bit. It's not any major spoilers, but if you want to go check out my first review that I did on this, on the season 1, I'll put links in the description of that video. So I'd recommend watching that first if you haven't seen the series, but you can still watch this if you really want to, but you'll obviously miss a couple of things because it's the second season. And yeah, so I don't think I'm really going to say any more on that. If you want to watch this, you can, but I'd recommend checking out the other one first. So without further introduction, we're just going to go ahead and start talking about the plot right now. After a slow but eventful summer vacation, Shunshin Academy's second term is starting in full force. As August transitions into September, the tenure of the school's 67 student council is now coming to an end. Due to the council members being in different classes, the only time Kaguya and Miyuki have to be together will soon disappear, putting all of their cunning plans at risk. A long and difficult election that will decide the fate of the student council is about to begin. And this new season was hilarious. I mean, they really nailed the comedy. I just thought that it was so funny. I think like every episode was guaranteed to make me laugh at least once. All the jokes and everything was just so funny, and I honestly think the comedy in this season was a lot better than the first season. Not by like a lot, but I really liked the comedy in this one. I thought the first season was pretty funny too, but I really like this. This was just really funny. It's one of the funniest animes I've seen in a while, and I feel it's rare for the second season of an anime, especially a comedy anime, to be better than the first. They also found the perfect balance for the narrator, and that was my biggest complaint in the first season, was that they used the narrator so much to explain simple things, and in this one he's actually kind of funny. In that video I went on for like 8 minutes just complaining about how bad it was. Honestly, I don't think that it was that bad. I don't know, now thinking back on it, like, yeah, it was annoying, but like, why did I not cut out like half of that and just say I didn't like him instead of going on for like 8 minutes? I don't know why I did that in editing. I should have just cut half of it out or re-recorded that part. I don't know, but yeah, I thought that in this season they found a pretty good balance with him, and I really liked them. As far as the characters go, I loved a lot of them. I thought that they were great this season, and we got to see more of Hayasaka, who, I think I'm pronouncing it right, who is like Kaguya's assistant, sort of. I think in the Wikipedia it said valet, something like that. But she seems to like help her and be hired by her family to kind of be like her assistant and like escort her home and just make sure she's doing good, I think. And I really liked her in the season. There were so many scenes with her that were turned into really funny memes, and I really liked it. I think my favorite was the hey hey meme, where she busts the door open and says hey hey. I even had that as my ringtone for a little while, the hey hey. It actually got really annoying and kind of made it not as funny having it as your ringtone every second, or every time you would get a text, it would just be like, hey, 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 hey. And I started going a little crazy from hearing it. Not really, but like it was just getting a little bit annoying. But I really like that meme. I thought that it was really funny, and they've had a bunch of other memes with her. If I can find any, I'll put some on screen. We'll see. I'm sure that I've saved some on Instagram and stuff like that. If I can find some memes with her, I'll put it on screen so you guys can see it too. We also got some pretty good scenes with my favorite character, Fujiwara, and there's another episode where she trains Miyuki, but instead of volleyball, it's singing for like, I think it was like some music choir, something like that, some song or something like that. And I love these episodes, and I just love her reactions to how like terrible he is at these things. At volleyball, he like just couldn't play at all, and singing, he's not any better at that, and I just love it. That's where that one meme comes from, where her face just starts getting like more and more like horrified at how terrible he is, and they've turned that into a lot of memes. This show has made a lot of really amazing memes, and I really like it. But yeah, Fujiwara is great again. I thought that she was really funny. She's probably my favorite character again. Maybe. Ishigami I really liked in this season. We'll talk about him a little bit later. He might be my favorite character for this season, but I still love Fujiwara. I thought that she's a great character, and she's very, very funny. And I really liked her. The other characters are pretty good too. You got Kaguya and Miyuki trying to get each other to confess still. And I love all the like funny and like just crazy things that they do to try to get the other to confess. And I really liked it. And I feel like this season was a little bit different than the first one. I feel like it wasn't like as mind gamey and like over the top or whatever. There were some, but like I feel like they always ended where it would be really funny, or something like really sweet would happen. And I feel like that this one, I really liked it. I think they're getting closer and closer to when or if they end up confessing to each other. And yeah, I think that it's really good. I really like them. They're both really good characters. They also introduce a new character named Miko Ino, and she's one of the girls, or one of the students running for student council president against Miyuki. I think she's like one of the top people running, like maybe like this in second place or something like that. I thought at first when she was introduced she was going to be super important, which she is, but then she's just kind of brushed off to the side and left as like a side character, and they kind of keep her like that throughout the whole show, except for when she's used in like comedy, but like the joke is the same thing over and over again. I get the joke is like Miyuki and Kaguya will be trying to get the other to confess, and they end up in these awkward situations, and it looks like they're doing something strange or sexual or something like that, and she'll walk in and be like, oh my god, and then run out and freak out about all the stuff that's going on. And it happened like 4 or 5 times, and yes, it was funny, but after the like 4th time I was just like, this is getting really repetitive, and it was not as funny. One thing that I will say about that joke though is that after I felt like it was getting really repetitive, the writers stopped doing it. So the writers kind of knew when to stop doing the joke, which I thought that was really good. I don't know if it's the same people writing it or whatever, but the writers for this were really good. I really like the writers for just the show in general. And I think really in the second season, the writing got a lot better, and I really, really liked it. I also really liked Ishigami this season, he was in the first season, but he was introduced like the 4th or 5th episode, and I really like him. In this one, he's in it a lot more, and I thought that he was a really good character this season. And I also really like him as a character because I feel I can relate to him, because he's very much like an introvert. He doesn't like talking to people and has a hard time opening up, and I was very much like that like a couple years ago. I mean, even now I still am like pretty shy and have a hard time opening up to people and just talking to people in general. It's gotten like way better, mostly because of streaming and doing YouTube. It's helped me come out of my shell, and even in real life I can talk to people pretty well, not just in front of a camera. In front of a camera is definitely a lot easier than talking to a person, but definitely gotten a lot better. But I have like a soft spot for Ishigami and just other characters who are like that, because I feel I can relate to them a lot, and I think that's kind of what they're going for when they make these characters. They're trying to make someone like might be going through the same thing really relate to them, and I think they do a really good job with that. Speaking of Ishigami, I feel like this season does a really good job with comedy, but it also does a really good job at the more emotional struggles that the characters have to go through. And there's one episode episode in particular where we get a look at Ishigami's past and see why he kind of became like an introvert. And I just really like that episode. I mean, he was an introvert even then, but I feel like he was a lot less, and you kind of get to see why he's just so much like this and doesn't really have any friends, doesn't really like people. Aside from the people in the student council, they're like his only friends. And in this episode, there was no comedy. They didn't even try to make a joke. And what they did instead was show the struggles that Ishigami went through before he joined the student council. That was probably my favorite episode, and it just goes to show how fucking talented the writers are, that they're able to go from just being really funny, pretty good jokes, to just more serious and actually pretty emotional. And I really liked it. I thought that it was a really good episode. I thought it was really well made, and I really liked that episode. Favorite episode, probably. Ishigami might be my favorite character of that season. We'll see. I really like Fujiwara, though, and like there were just so many great characters in this season. And honestly, it was pretty hard to find anything that I didn't like about this show at all. I mean, if I were to like nitpick, it might be the like repetitiveness of it. Like, how long are they gonna go without confessing to the other? Because I feel like for both people, it's like super obvious that they both like each other, but they just don't want to admit it to the other person. I don't know. I feel like if they do it too long, it's gonna get really bad. But I think so far the way they're doing it has been pretty good, and I think the writers know this, that it's going to get repetitive. So I'm guessing that there's only going to be like 1 or maybe 2 seasons left. If they make more, I feel like it's going to get a little bad or repetitive. I don't know. I haven't read the manga, so maybe the manga went further and maybe the manga is really good. We'll see. I think that what they are doing though is that they're slowly building to that point where they confess to each other. Whether it's next season or one more after that, who knows? But I think that it's going to end up being like a really sweet and nice ending. And yeah, I think that it'll be well worth the wait. I think well worth it. All this build up, I think it'll make it worth it. So I'm going to be giving Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 2 an A.
Hey, hey!
First time on this channel actually giving anything in A. We have done A- and A+. There's actually a few grades that like I haven't done at all. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed that review on it. I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this have probably seen it. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a really good series and I really enjoy it. I highly recommend it. I'm sure that you guys have noticed throughout this video that I'm in a completely different background. Well, that's because I went out of town. I'm living in New Hampshire for about a month. I'm living in a house that my grandparents own up here with a lot of different family members. But just want to let you guys know, I mentioned it in my Tower of God review. Links in the description to that video, by the way. I mentioned in that video that I was going out of town for about a month. And yeah, I brought everything with me so I can still record here. So the videos are still going to be the same. It might be a little bit less, maybe like once a week, because I'm trying a bunch of new stuff with some of the videos as well. So yeah, it may not be as frequent because kind of on vacation and kind of just want to spend time with my family and stuff like that, and I'm trying to do a lot of cool and new things with these videos. From now on, or not for now on, for the rest of the month, I'll probably be recording in this one little spot. Background might change slightly. I might put the 8 volumes of Berserk that I have behind me, and man, I really need to read more Berserk. After the 8th volume ended, I've been like thinking about it like every single day. I love that manga so much. I need to get more. I need to get more and start and keep reading it. I know there's like 40, so yeah, I'll probably get those at some point and read all of them. And at the end of that, I'll do a whole video on that, and I can't wait for that. But yeah, for now, this is it for this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've seen the 2nd season. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. And if you haven't seen the show, or if you haven't seen the 2nd season yet, let me know if you're gonna check it out or what you think about the show. I'd love to hear all your guys' thoughts. I always enjoy interacting with the comments and just hearing what you guys think about it. It's just really interesting hearing everyone else's like opinions on stuff like that, and I really like it. So yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the video around, because it'll help people check it out and help with the YouTube algorithm. I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know anything about the YouTube algorithm, but yeah, hopefully it'll help. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.